Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
What's going on, freaks? Well, the Blazers got killed by the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, but we couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Crazy. You know what's amazing is, forget it. I'm just thinking about the conspiracy theorists. I just saw one of them, the guy that talks about Google Trends, which is completely bogus. It's a bogus thing. Gets like 11,000 people watching. How can that be if you're putting out something that isn't true? You know, it's scary. Scary stuff. Hey, thank you to Aaron Sayers and ACB 1004. Hello, T. Morrell, Bruce Holdaway, Linda Howe, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Whiskey Boots, Lisa V, and Bonnie, and Aaron Sayers and ACB, Joel Burnt. Yeah, the Blazers are pretty good actually. They just, we have 5 players injured, and we just couldn't make any shots tonight. At all. I mean, it was crazy. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, so got some interesting stuff going on here. We have, well, first of all, the David case that people are I don't know. There's just so little information in it, but apparently the girl that was killed in his trunk was actually frozen and was still thawing out while she was in the trunk. I mean, what the hell? Why did they put her in the trunk? I don't understand any of that case. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, and there's also, I forgot to... If we can do it later, we'll do that, but I'm not sure if they found him yet, but there's a football coach, Travis Turner, who he was missing as of last night. Did they find him? Missing or amid? Yeah, so he was accused by 2 girls at the school. There's other stories that they tried to get him to do something with him sexually, and he didn't want to. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's one of the stories that are out there. But I mean, why would you disappear, I guess, if that was... So he's just disappeared out there in Appalachia, Virginia. So maybe we can take a look at that later. Thanks, KMTX. Yeah. All right. So the first one we're going to talk about is Morgan Geyser. She was that Slenderman. I actually remember this. I was on Facebook at the time. She was the Slenderman. She stabbed a girl multiple times. Hey, thanks, Joel Burnt. Well, we'll see, I guess. Madison police confirmed they are searching for Morgan Geyser, who was involved in the 2014 Slenderman stabbing case in Waukesha County. Police say she cut off her Department of Corrections GPS monitoring bracelet and left a group home at around 8 p.m. Saturday. The Madison Police Department was notified of her disappearance Sunday morning. Geyser was last seen near Cronk Drive with an adult acquaintance who she'd been hanging out with for a while. Madison police could not confirm where the acquaintance was from. A recent security video image of Geyser is included in this report, and I guess that's right there. It's kind of small, but that's the image. Yeah, and then it says, in 2014, Geyser and her friend Anissa Weir, both 12 years old at the time, lured their classmate Peyton Leutner into a park in Waukesha where they stabbed her 19 times to impress the fictional character Slenderman. Leutner's family released a statement Sunday after the disappearance of Geyser. Peyton Leutner and her family of aware. Let's see, and her family, it says of aware, I don't know what that, probably mean are aware of the most recent situation regarding Morgan Geyser. Peyton and her family are safe and are working closely with law enforcement to ensure their continued safety. The family would like to thank all of law enforcement entities involved in the efforts to apprehend Morgan. The Leutner family also wished to thank the outpouring of support from family, friends, etc. Yeah, so she's, I guess after when, I don't know if it ever went to, well, she was found guilty by reason of insanity and then put into a, let's see, I do have all this, just a second. Yeah, right here. She's put into this facility, I think it's called, let me see, Winnebago Mental Health Facility, right there. That's where she was at for 7 years. Okay, so I guess that would mean she was like 18.
Chewbacca?
Well, that finally came through on there? Jeez. So that's the facility she was at for 7 years. Hey, thanks, Aaron Sayers. And yes, you guys, if you're out there, if you want to help support the channel, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the month. I would appreciate it. All right, and then was it that last article? Let me see that first one again. Please say monitoring bracelet and left a group home. And then right over here, it said that she was on, Geyser was last seen near Cronk Drive. So what I did was I searched for all the group homes in the town, and then I put pins where each of the group homes were, and then I looked for Cronk Drive, and the group home that was closest to Cronk Drive, there's another two more Cronk Drives like way over there, and it turns out that the only one group home near a Cronk Drive is this one. So I'm just kind of guess that that's the one she left right here. Apparently that's a group home, And then I guess you would just walk down the street a little bit over here, and here is Kronk Drive. So could be like over here too. It's pretty close. So that's about the best I could do. They didn't give the name out in the article that I read. Let's see this one. A Wisconsin woman who stabbed her friend more than a dozen times in 2014 to impress a shadowy fictional character named Slenderman is missing after she cut off a Department of Corrections monitoring bracelet and left a group home on Saturday night, the authorities said. The woman, Morgan Geyser, 23, was last seen around 8 p.m. on Saturday with another adult in a residential area of Madison, Wisconsin. The Madison Police Department said in a statement. The police said they were notified of her disappearance on Sunday morning and immediately alerted the public. She remained missing as of Sunday evening. If you see her, please call 911. The Madison Police Department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In a video posted to social media, Tony Cotton, a lawyer for Miss Geyser, said he did not know any of the facts about what happened and urged Miss Geyser to turn herself in. Do not continue to remain on the run like this, Mr. Cotton said. It's not in your best interest. Yeah, because I think she might actually get sent back to the original facility. You would think. And urge Miss Geyser to turn herself in. Do not continue to remain on the run. Mr. Cotton also said that anyone who helped her would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Miss Geyser was placed in a group home this year after being granted a conditional release from Winnebago Mental Health Institute. She had been sentenced to the psychiatric hospital in 2018 after pleading guilty to a charge of attempted first-degree intentional homicide as part of a deal in which the prosecutors agreed not to seek prison time. Miss Geyser had petitioned. The girl lived, miraculously. Miss Geyser had petitioned to leave the psychiatric center several times over the years, most recently in October of 2024. Judge Michael O. Boren of Waukesha County Circuit Court granted her release in January. Good job, Judge. Concluding after a hearing that she no longer posed a threat to herself or others. I don't agree with that at all. Anybody that has the ability to do something like that, it's going to continue. Miss Geyser and a classmate, Anissa Weir, lured their friend Peyton Leutner, all whom were 12 at the time, so that must mean she's like 19 now, into a wooded area in Waukesha, Wisconsin on May 31st, 2014. Miss Geyser stabbed Miss Leutner 19 times with a kitchen knife while Miss Weir watched and urged her on. Miss Leutner managed to crawl out of the area and was found by a cyclist. She survived the injuries after several months of recovery. Miss Weir pleaded guilty in 2017 to attempted second-degree homicide. A jury later found that she was suffering from a mental disorder at the time of the stabbing, and she was committed to the Winnebago Mental Health Institute for 25 years. Wow. She was granted conditional release in July. So they were both sent to the same mental health facility, and then one of them was released in July of 2021 after 7 years. So I guess Geyser was in there for, about 10 years maybe? I mean, there was a few years where they were waiting for trial, I guess. So this one was only in there for 3 years and then released. Both Miss Geyser and Miss Weir were caught on their way to a mansion they believed belonged to Slenderman, a character from the internet often shown as a tall creature in a suit with a blank face. The two later told authorities they had carried out the stabbing to appease the fictional character. But hey guys, we're doing another show here, so if you have the ability to help support the channel, it'd be great to have a flow to the show, because we're currently on one of those huge lulls that we seem to always get. Alright, so there's that. See if there's anything different in any of these other ones. One of the Slenderman stabbers who viciously abused and hacked a classmate when she was 12 years old in an effort to please a made-up internet boogeyman had vanished, and cops are now hunting her. Morgan Geyser, 23, cut off her ankle monitor and escaped from the group home where she was living. Her whereabouts are unknown. Morgan Geyser, that's her right there, has gone missing after cutting off the court-mandated tracking monitor. I mean, how long was she going to wear that monitor for? I guess that's right after she was arrested. There's some blood right there. Pretty crazy, right? Hey, thanks so much, Chris O'Connell. I don't know. She probably just went somewhere with the guy. The attack was an effort to... And why take it off, too, you know? See, that makes it seem like there's something... There's no point to take it off unless you're going to be doing something. Because she was pretty free. She was just staying at a group home, and they just wanted to be able to monitor where she was going. So why would you need to not have somebody monitor where you're going? See, it makes it seem like there's something, you know, bad. Yeah, everybody hit that like button. We've only got 46 likes with 123 people, which 123, I mean, I guess recently isn't bad. Everybody watches the conspiracy nutjob channels, so the rest of us struggle. Miraculously, the victim survived the horrifying assault, crawling her way to safety until she was found by a passing bicyclist. That was a drawing of Slenderman from Morgan Geyser's Instagram. Yeah, tonight might be one of those nights where we need some challenges. See, Geyser, as a 15-year-old, pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree murder in a deal that would see her put in a mental institution instead of serving jail time. She spent nearly 7 years in Winnebago Mental Health Institute before a judge ordered her release in January. And in August, a group facility in Sun Prairie decided against admitting her due to a wave of negative publicity. That's so stupid. Jeez. I mean, a group home, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Who cares about publicity? She was last seen around 8 p.m. Saturday with an adult acquaintance, Madison cops said. We just heard the news that Morgan has walked away from the group home that she was housed at, Geyser's attorney Tony Cotton said. I mean, how stupid. I mean, the girl that was stabbed is probably freaking out at this point. I mean, you know the weirdest part is, yeah, it was underneath one of these. Is this the one? Shouldn't be in a group home. Shouldn't be sharing air with, yeah. It's probably what used to be called a criminally insane. Maybe it's on this first one. Let me see. Just really stupid comments below. Big surprise. Nobody likes being tracked like an animal. And a lot of people hate it enough to ignore the consequences of cutting the bracelet off. If she was still dangerous, why was she released? Rhetorical question for those who still live in reality. I mean, where do these people come from? I mean, they're just so stupid. You know, big surprise. Nobody likes me. Well, how about this? Don't stab somebody 19 times and we might not need to track you. You ever thought of that? Yeah, just think through it a little bit. Yeah, my name isn't Greg, but yeah. Hey, here's the Slenderman stabbed. Who attacked Who attacked schoolgirl as sacrifice to creepy character goes missing. I mean, look at this person here. I wouldn't want this person walking around. They're crazy. And this is the girl that was stabbed 19 times. Hey, thanks, Aaron Sayers again. Thank you. She was last seen near the home with an adult acquaintance. Geyser was granted conditional release. More than 10 years ago, she and Anissa Weir lured their friend Peyton Leutner into the woods of Waukesha during a sleepover and stabbed her 19 times. They were all 12 years old at the time. During this vicious attack, Geyser carried out the stabbing while Weir cheered on the cold-hearted act of violence. The sister duo then abandoned Leutner, leaving her to die. But she miraculously survived. She managed to crawl out of the woods where a cyclist found her. Weir and Geyser had conspired for months to slaughter Leutner in the name of the fictional horror character Slenderman. The preteens told detectives they had to kill Leutner to become Slenderman's proxies, or servants, and that the character would kill their families if they did not comply. They were both charged in adult court with first-degree attempted intentional homicide. Weir had pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of attempted second-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime, but the jury found her to be not guilty by mental disease. So the disease was cured? Geyser, who has schizophrenia, pleaded guilty. Man, Jesus. I don't know. I don't mean to be insensitive, but like if you have schizophrenia and you stab somebody 19 times, I just, there's a certain point where you just go, they've got to be sort of in a place where they can't do it again. She doesn't take her meds or something, and then right back to the crazy crap. I just don't believe in that somebody that can do that, even at the age of 11. The fact that you're stabbing, I mean, that's an age where it seems like you would be less likely to do something. And then later on, jeez. Yeah, I don't believe in it. I don't believe you can be cured of something like this. I think she should be in some sort of a facility for the rest of her life. It's no like let me just say this. The girl that was stabbed 19 times, had she died, everybody would have thought differently about it. But because the girl miraculously lived, all of a sudden, well, we'll let him out in 7 years. That's bullshit. Her intent was exactly the same as a first-degree killer. 19 times stabbed. Luck shouldn't play any part of the sentencing. These people, I know they're 11, and maybe they, at some point, but I mean, I would go, decades. I would say when they're like 35, 40, when you have a long time to examine how they are, then you maybe think of putting them out. Because at this age, we don't know what the hell they are. You're not too much older. You're 7, 8 years later. I'm somebody I actually believe that attempted first-degree murder and first-degree murder should have the same punishment, the same charge. everything, because your mindset is exactly the same. You weren't lucky. You know, like, let's say, or you were lucky, I guess, that it didn't kill the person. So let's say you planned an entire murder. You sneak into somebody's house, you walk up to them and you fire a gun, hit right in the head, and then you take off, right? And then somehow the bullet came in, ricocheted, and went through the jaw, and the person's just fine. So you don't get any, you just get like what? Attempted first-degree murder and assault and get like 20 years, and then you're out in 10. No way, man. That should be exactly the same as if you had killed the person, because you are that person. You're exactly the same as the other guy who went and did the exact same thing, but the bullet ricocheted, it went in and went right to the brain and killed the person. You see the difference? There's no difference at all in the person. Oh, I don't know, Gray. I'm for rehabilitation. During the same hearing, Geyser also came out as transgender. When was this one? Oh, geez, now we got another one. In January, Boren said Geyser could be released after 3 experts testified that she was making progress. What does this even mean right here? Waukesha County Circuit Judge Michael Boren, who has since retired, had committed her to a psychiatric hospital for 40 years, a sentence she only served about 25% of. In January, Boren said Geyser could be released after 3 experts testified that she was, quote, making progress, battling her mental illness. What do you mean making progress? We need it to be done, not like, well, you know, she stabbed somebody 19 times. We think today maybe she'd stab somebody 10. So she's making progress, and maybe next year it'll be 8 and 6 after that. And we're really looking for the year where we feel like she would only stab somebody 1 or 2 times. And I think at that point we could let her out in society and walk around, okay? But we are making progress. But let's go ahead while we're making progress and put her out in the environment to kill and stab other people. I mean, what a joke. Making progress. Is that the words you'd want to hear? I wonder what Leutner's family's thinking. Well, they said she's making progress. Give me a break. What does he say?
We're here under Stat 971.17.4E to review the conditional release plan that was prepared for Ms. Geyser for her conditional release. Just by way of history.
Why bother sentencing for 40 years?
October 11th of 24, there was
she's out in 10.
For conditional release filed for Ms. Geyser. Judge Borden held an evidentiary hearing on January 9th of this year and granted the petition for conditional release, concluding for the reasons stating in the record that the release of the defendant would not pose a risk of bodily harm to her or others.
Okay.
The defense.
Jesus. You know what I think? I mean, I have a whole bunch of things that I think. I have a whole bunch of things. I always wonder, like, if the judge who says, yeah, go ahead and go out. You're free to walk around and, be in a group home. But let's force the judge to have these people stay at their house for a month just to make sure that they're okay. So, Judge, I know you think that everything's just fine. You agree with the psychologist. And so why don't you have Geyser stay at your house for a month or so, and let's see how that goes. And immediately he'll go, did I say that? Yeah, I meant 2 years from now. That's what they would do. They're just absolute hypocrites, idiots. And I actually think when a judge lets somebody go and they go out and kill again, the judge should be put in prison also for, I would say, like the judge lets them out and they commit something, maybe they get a quarter of the time the prisoner gets. And boy, wouldn't they start making other decisions? They just don't give a shit, man. Because they're in like protected areas and they just don't care. Hey, thanks, Aaron Sayers. And yes, you too, guys out there. If you could please help support the channel. We're trying to keep reaching goals. We're currently at about 30%. So if we could keep on trucking along, that'd be great. Thank you. Who's he? Yeah, we're not talking about that case. The court said she had went through all the available psych hospital programs to better herself. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's just garbage. She had went through all the available psych hospital... What do you mean by at the end? No one else but her. I don't know what that means, man. Now, we need some challenges out here. That's what seems how we get to goals. Thank you, Chris O'Connell. Always research judges before voting for them. The idea of releasing someone involved feels unsafe. Yeah, I mean, this is only like, it's 11 years ago. And, she was 11, so now she must be, or she was 12 at the time, so I guess she would be 23. But they said they're just making progress. They didn't say anything was cured. And what difference does it make? I don't understand the sentence. The court said she had went through all the available psych hospital programs to better herself. No one else but her. What does that mean? You mean the judge said that when you said no one else but her? I don't understand the sentence. Yeah, you gotta type in more clear than that. During the same hearing, Geyser also came out as a transgender. Probably the judge said, hey, listen, here's what's going to help you out. We need to have you claim to be a guy, and there's a lot more sympathy these days, But female pronouns have continued to be used for court consistency. Dr. Brooke, oh, how dare you? Can you believe it? They're calling her in the court documents. That is insane, man. Whose psych evaluation Geyser explained. At the time, Dr. Kenneth Robbins claimed that Geyser no longer had the psychosis symptoms that played a significant role in the violent assault she committed. Right. Lundholm treatment team came to the same conclusion. I think either she was experiencing transient psychotic symptoms. You mean along with the sister? Wow, what a miracle that they both had transient symptoms at the exact same time. Which is to say, psychotic symptoms that didn't persist and gradually went away. So you're the sister too, then. Or see, now there's an or now. So if it's not that one, then, or the intensity of her fantasies based on some of the trauma she had experienced were so intense that she believed them to be true. So her sister had the exact same thing also. Wow. That's amazing. The trauma Robbins referred to was Geyser's claims of sexual abuse by her father. Oh, man, they did the whole Casey Anthony move. Let's see. Geyser's father had reportedly been diagnosed with schizophrenia, Stacy Leutner told ABC. But Geyser's symptoms were more closely aligned with post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and autism, Robbins said. Jeez, all these experts coming out. The psychological experts all, yes, probably smoking a pipe, wearing an ascot, sitting around in a chair in an office with mahogany furniture. Yes, I think it's more close. I mean, how come none of these people agree? Yes, but the symptoms are more closely aligned in post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and autism, Robbins said. Hey, wow, thanks, Chris O'Connell. about something we did or supposed to do. You might not heard, or maybe you have an oppressor and all that was like. Use again and create all uptight. You can say what you want to spell my name right. All I'm ever guilty of is rocking a house. That's what the room was all about. Is me other than tell all your friends. And if you don't wait till you see me again this way, I can hear from the horse's mouth. Right then and there, we can straighten it out. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, they both have psychosis. They both have post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, or there's all these ors in here. Shouldn't this be where it's precise? Like here it says, I think either she was experiencing transient psychotic symptoms, which is to say psychotic symptoms that didn't persist, or the intensity of the fantasies based on some of the trauma. Well, which one is it, man? I mean, you're going to let somebody out and you're not even sure what it is that they've got. Is that the sister here? Anissa Weir, pictured after the attack, cheered on Geyser as she stabbed the helpless victim. While Boren agreed to Geyser's release to a group home, effectively slashing her sentence by about 3 decades, the plan had to be reworked several times. The judge approved it in July, but the process to remove Geyser from the secure mental hospital was difficult as multiple group homes had turned her away. But the decision was not made without pushback. And thanks up there again to Chris O'Connell. But the decision was not made without pushback. In March, state health officials argued that Geyser was in no condition to walk free from the institution after evidence emerged of an unsettling correspondence she was having with an older man called Jeffrey, who sold murder memorabilia. Jesus. Jeffrey, who first visited her in June of 2023, sent her a letter after she was granted conditional release in January of 2025. Hey, thanks, Richard Watts. Geyser reportedly ripped it up and threw it away. Nicole Whitaker, her conditional release program supervisor, testified in March. Whitaker said Geyser then asked for a no-contact order from Jeffrey, adding that she found details about Geyser on the man's Facebook and that was concerning. Geyser had sent him her own sketch of decapitated body and a postcard saying she wanted to be intimate with him. Wow, that's what Geyser sent him. So Geyser had sent him her own sketch of a decapitated body and a postcard saying she wanted to be intimate with him. So she sent him this. They crumble as they crawl. The drawings were described as horror art. Jeffrey was reportedly selling the pieces that Geyser sent him. One of the drawings shown in court depicted an unearthly creature with the message, "They crumble as they crawl." Well, there you go. She's out on the run somewhere, you guys. Where she is, who knows? Wow, wouldn't that be weird if that was Jeffrey, the guy that she's seen with? Probably not, because they would have. They seem to maybe know who the guy is, or maybe they don't know who it is. They've just seen him with her multiple times. You might not know his name. Yeah, well, what do you guys think of that? Crazy, huh? All right, now we're going on to a different one. I need probably even weirder, really. It's weird. Guess I didn't make a folder for that. Hold on. Come on. Jesus. Alright, here we go. And so apparently there's this story out there. Let's go with this one first. In North Texas, Plano, Texas, 2 North Texas men have been charged in relation to a plot that included invading an island off of Haiti, murdering the men on the island, and using the women and children as sex slaves, announced U.S. Attorney J.R. Combs. Gavin Rivers Weisberg, 21, of Allen, and Tanner Christopher Thomas, 20, of Argyle, were named in a 2-count indictment returned by a federal grand jury in the Eastern District of Texas, charging them with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country and production of child pornography. Information presented in court indicates that between August 2024 and July of 2025, Weisenberg and Thomas are alleged to have conspired to recruit and lead an unlawful expeditionary force to the island of, it's like Gonave. Not really sure how to pronounce that. Isn't this crazy, though? I mean, are these guys that stupid, or... Now let's go to the... But hey, guys, we're at about 40% now, so if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, that'd be awesome. Genevieve, maybe? Or Gonave Island. Right there, okay. So I actually went out and found the court documents, so I think we'd better just read this one. Okay? So here we go. Yeah, we need somebody to do the challenges. Defendant Galvin Rivers Weisenberg, and so the person's name is Galvin Rivers Weisenberg, and Tanner Christopher Thomas were residents of Eastern District of Texas. Here, let me, I actually had the address of one of them. Hold on a second. This is where Weisenberg. Okay, I do have that. Where did I put this? Oh, weird. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's that house right there. Alright, so beginning in August 2024 and continuing through July 2025, Gavin Rivers Weisenberg, Tanner Christopher Thomas, and other co-conspirators developed, so there's multiple people, developed a plan to recruit and lead an unlawful expeditionary force to travel by sailboat to the Republic of Haiti, especially, how do you pronounce that, by the way? I'd rather know how to... This one's... Let me just see. All right, let's see.
Gonav.
Gonav, was that right? Yep, that's what it is. Gonav. All right, specifically, Gonav Island, murder all the men on the island, assume control of the island by force, and carry out their assaults, sexual assault fantasies by turning the remaining women and children into sex slaves. The Republic of Haiti is a sovereign nation. I mean, they have an army, for God's sakes. The Republic of Haiti is a sovereign nation. Gonav Island is an island located off Haiti's coast to the west, northwest of Port-au-Prince. Gonav Island is a territory of the Republic of Haiti and has a population of 87,000 residents. The object of the conspiracy was to unlawfully carry out a coup d'etat on the island of Gonav in the Republic of Haiti. The co-conspirators conducted research, reconnaissance, recruiting, planning, and sought training to effectuate their plan. It was the goal of the conspiracy to take military control of the island of Gonav by murdering all the men on the island and capturing all the women. Upon capture, the co-conspirators intended to turn the women and children of Gonav into their sex slaves. The conspirators planned to purchase a sailboat to travel from the United States to Gonav for their attack. The co-conspirators planned to recruit and hire members of the District of Columbia homeless population to be part of their unlawful expeditionary force. They planned to recruit and hire members of the D.C., Washington, D.C. homeless population to be part of their unlawful expeditionary... These guys sound like they're crazy. God, you gotta be kidding me. All right, you guys, we're on one of those massive lulls again. That's where it makes it hard. We're still not even at 50%. It was also an object of the conspiracy to acquire and use weapons during their armed attack in Gonav. The co-conspirators recruited weapons and ammunition and planned purchases of military-type rifles to use in the attack. Further, an object of the conspiracy was to unlawfully and knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree to commit any offense against the United States by, in the United States, knowingly beginning, providing, and preparing a means for an armed attack to be carried on from the United States against the territory and dominion of a foreign state, namely the Republic of Haiti. The defendants, Gavin Rivers Weisenberg and Tanner Christopher Thomas, along with co-conspirators known and unknown to the grand jury, acted in concert to carry out the objectives of conspiracy through various means, including and not limited to conducting a military expedition and enterprise with the intent to overthrow the government of the Republic of Haiti on Gonav Island. Planning, scouting, targets, and identifying methods for subduing, murdering the male population of Gonav with the purpose and intent to murder, kidnap, and sexually assault other persons on Gonav. Recruiting others to join the military enterprise and armed coup attack as personnel for their expeditionary force, and in some cases recruiting personnel in exchange for money. Planning to acquire and operate the means of transporting their expeditionary force from the United States to Ganav, specifically by purchasing a sailboat for this purpose. Jesus. The co-conspirators also planned for at least one member of the conspiracy to obtain training in sailing the boat for the purpose of their armed coup attack. I mean, it's like you bring 50 people over there with guns, you're toast, you know. You might kill a lot of people, but Haiti would just, you know, they have a military. Planning to acquire firearms, ammunition, and explosives to be transported by sailboat from the United States to Ganav to arm the expeditionary force for their armed coup attack. The co-conspirators planned for one member of the conspiracy to enlist in the United States military for the purpose of obtaining military training useful in carrying out their armed coup attack. Wow, so when was this supposed to take place? The plan was for one of the members of the conspiracy to enroll in the first responder training, specifically firefighter school, for the purpose of learning command and control protocols that would be useful in carrying out their armed coup attack. Communicating over social media platforms and meeting with each other in person to plan the armed coup attack. You know, these are all different ones. Overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy and to achieve the objectives thereof, the defendants and others committed and caused to be committed in the Eastern District of Texas and elsewhere at least one of the following overt acts. Weisenberg, Thomas, and others made operational and logistical plans to overthrow the government of the Republic of Haiti on Ganav Island. Between July 2024 and May 2025, Weisenberg and Thomas engaged in Haitian Creole language training for the purpose of facilitating their armed coup plot. I mean, these people went out and actually did these things. On or about January 7th, 2025, Tanner Christopher Thomas enlisted in the United States Air Force for the purpose of obtaining military training that would be useful in carrying out their armed coup attack. On February 28, 2025, Thomas confirmed by social media message to Weisenberg that his purpose in enlisting was to further their planned armed coup attack. On or about August 5th, 2024, Gavin Rivers, Weisenberg, enrolled in the North Texas Fire Academy in Rockwall, Texas, for the purpose of obtaining training in command and control protocols that would be useful during their armed coup attack. On February 8th, 2025, Weisenberg failed out of the school and was dismissed. On or about February 20th, 2025, Gavin Rivers, Weisenberg, purchased plane tickets and traveled to Thailand, at least in part for the purpose of enrolling in a sailing school to learn to sail the boat the co-conspirators planned to buy as their means of transportation for their armed coup attack. Once in Thailand, Weisenberg ultimately did not enroll in the sailing school due to cost. On various dates between August 2024 and May of 2025, Gavin Rivers Weisenberg and Tanner Christopher Thomas attempted to recruit others, both online and in person, to join their expeditionary force for their armed coup attack. On or about March 14, 2025, Tanner Christopher Thomas, while in Air Force basic training, successfully changed his initial station assignment from Ramstein Air Base in Germany to Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland for the dual purposes of remaining in the United States to facilitate the coup armed attack, and two, being located near the District of Columbia to facilitate the recruitment of members of the area's homeless population to serve as members of their unlawful expeditionary force. Number 9, paragraphs 1 through 8 are incorporated by references as if fully set forth herein. Beginning on or about August 4th, 2024, and continuing through on or about, hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell. And yeah, you guys, we're still not even at 50%, if you can believe that. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel out there, that would be awesome. I mean, my channel relies on you guys when we're doing these shows. There is no ad revenue anymore. Very few people watch videos unless they're conspiracy. YouTube's put a lot of us in a really shitty bind. So the only way to survive is if people that are watching the show actually support the channel. That's it. There's no other options, unfortunately. The exact dates being unknown to the grand jury in the Eastern District of Texas and elsewhere, defendants Gavin Rivers, Weisenberg, and Tanner Christopher Thomas knowingly conspired, confederated, and agreed with each other and others known and unknown to the grand jury to commit at any place outside the United States an act that would constitute the offense of murder and kidnapping if committed in the special maritime and territorial jurisdiction of the United States, and in so doing committed an act within the jurisdiction of the United States to affect any object of the conspiracy in furtherance of the conspiracy and to accomplish the object of conspiracy. Defendant Gavin Weisenberg and Tanner Thomas committed overt acts, including those acts elected in paragraph 8, incorporated herein by reference, all in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 956. Hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell and Wild Bill Wassman. On or about August 31st, 2024, within the Eastern District of Texas, defendant Gavin Rivers, Weisenberg, and Tanner Christopher Thomas did employ, use, persuade, induce, entice, and coerce a minor to engage in sexual explicit conduct for the purpose of producing, and I mean, this is all just to create sexual material. Can you believe that? Producing and visual depiction of such conduct, and aided and abetted each other to do the same, knowing and having reason to know that such visual depiction would be transported and transmitted using any means and facility of interstate and foreign commerce, that such visual depiction was produced using materials that had been mailed, shipped, and transported in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce by any means, including the computer. And let's see, that such visual depiction was actually transported and transmitted using any means and facility of interstate and foreign commerce and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, specifically the defendant Gavin Rivers, Weisenberg, and Tanner Christopher Thomas did employ, use, persuade, induce, entice, and coerce minor victim 1, a minor known to the grand jury, to engage in sexually explicit conduct for the purpose of producing a visual depiction of such conduct, the video entitled, and then they have a video, and did aid and abet each other to do the same using the internet and digital devices they owned and possessed. Upon conviction of any of the offenses alleged in count 2 of this indictment, Gavin Rivers, Weisenberg, and Tanner shall forfeit the United States of America all property constituting or derived from proceeds traceable to the respective offense, including a money judgment in the amount of U.S. currency constituting the proceeds traceable to the respective offense. Let's see, I think that was about it. And then right here it said, pursuant as incorporated any of the property described above. Yeah. So, I mean, they're just saying that the United States can get all the money that they made and property, etc. But how wild is that? I mean, how did they find out about it? I bet you some of the people they tried to recruit reported them. That's what I think. What do you guys think? I mean, these guys actually wanted to learn how to sail. I mean, what were they going to do, for God's sake? Come to the shore and then... I mean, these guys would have been just slaughtered by the Haitians. I mean, they're not going to goof around with those guys. You know, I mean, what are they going to do? Bring a bunch of guns and sail over there and then you start killing people? You don't think people are going to run over and start hitting you with machetes or something? I mean, there's, thousands and thousands and, 85,000 people live there. And those two guys, this is them right here, look. This is Gavin Weisenberg. And this is Tanner Christopher Thomas. Note the low ears. We can't see his ears because he's got long hair. Well, there you go. That was that story. I guess we'll have to keep following it. Pretty strange. Yeah, so they're going to sail over to here. Way over to here somehow. This little island. I guess Haiti's right over there. I just saw it. It was right in here. All right, but how do we get the ball rolling tonight, you guys? We're struggling again. Seems like every single night's the same thing. Don't know how to make it better. I'm trying my best. Try your best. Yeah. All right. So the other one I was going to talk about was this guy, Travis Turner. What was this? Is that the right one? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I did a report on this guy. Not sure what the deal is there. What does that mean, Whiskey Boots? Yeah, we did, Lexi. I mean, my God, were you not here for the whole thing? It was like, my God. Ridiculous. Why don't you hit the rewind button, go back to the beginning, you'd probably see it there. Yeah, you just hit the rewind button. It's... Alright, so here is massive search underway for undefeated head high school coach who went missing prior to the playoff game. Hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell again. Man, is there any like, where are all the other freaks to help support the channel? It's just, I feel bad. It's the same people, and like if they weren't even here tonight, we'd be at like $10. It's just... a massive search is underway involving multiple state agencies after a high school football coach went missing earlier this week. Yesterday, the Virginia State Police confirmed that an active search is underway to locate Appalachia, Virginia resident Travis L. Turner, who serves as the head coach at Union High School. Yes, that's all. This is all over here. But thank you, Chris O'Connell. I know, look at that. She says it's lonely in here in Lowell Breaker Land. Right, it's just, there's really no explanation either. It's just crazy. So here's the high school that he coaches at. And he, let's see, I think he lives not too far, like right here in Appalachia somewhere. He has a P.O. box, so it's hard to, you can't tell exactly where he lived. In a statement, the agency noted they are participating in an active search to locate the 26-year-old Turner, who has led Union to an undefeated season and ranked as one of the top teams in the state with their division. As part of the early stages of an ongoing investigation, the Virginia State Police were en route to Turner's residence on Thursday when they learned he was not there, which prompted concerns about his safety and well-being as his Union squad has been preparing for a playoff matchup. But apparently he's been accused by a couple girls of wrongdoing, so he's, he disappeared. The VSP has been clear that they were not heading to Turner's residence to arrest him, but did confirm that making contact with him was part of their investigation. As part of their search to locate him, VSP, Virginia State Police, have focused on the general area around Turner's home and have deployed a number of measures as they note him entering the woods around his home as his last known location. We have the drones up in the air looking, searching. Jason Day of the Virginia State Police shared with WJHL. We tried to get the state police aviation, but they were unable to fly yesterday because of the weather. The situation unfolds as Wise County Public School places one unnamed employee on administrative leave, that's him, as part of an ongoing internal investigation involving recent allegations that came to light. School officials have refused to identify the staff member, noting that they don't comment on personnel matters. Thank you, Wild Bill Wassman. Oh, look at that. We got Lisa Valenzuela, who said that she will, if the freaks do $25 in super chats or channel memberships, which each one is $5, she'll donate $25 in coffees. Well, will that happen? Let's see. Meanwhile, the Virginia State Police has shared that the search for Turner will continue until he is located. Turner has been missing since Thursday evening, and as of 11 a.m. this morning, he is listed as a missing person in the Virginia State Police Missing Persons database. What makes the story even more bizarre is that Turner's absence comes as the undefeated Union squad was preparing to play in their second round playoff game. Wow. Wise County Public Schools Superintendent Mike Goforth shared with News Channel 11 that assistant coach Jay Edward had stepped in to handle all coaching duties in that regional semifinal game. Union was able to overcome the adversity dropped in their lap during yesterday's game, coming away with a 12-0 win against Graham High School. Despite the cloud of questions looming around their head coach's status, the win pushes their record to 11. Who gives a shit about their record? You know?
Our top story tonight, the Virginia State Bureau of Agency tells us that agents were going.
Hey, thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Look at that, twice. Or once. Is that one or twice? We'll add, I don't know, do we add Wild Bills from before? I guess we could. I thought those were both after. Hey, look at that. There's Christopher Marshburn. Yeah, there's that one. Wise County, Virginia head football coach is missing. Virginia State Police confirm with News 5 that an active search is still ongoing. A Wise County football coach remains missing after police visited his home and found him gone. Union High School head football coach Travis Turner, 46, has not been found after officers with the Virginia State Police were sent to his home this week. Officers were not sent to arrest Turner, but on the way to his residence, they were told they wouldn't find the football coach there. There is currently no information about who informed police of this. A statement from Wise County Schools read, at this time, a staff member has been placed on administrative leave, obviously the same person. There are several social media posts about Turner's disappearance, including a Facebook post from Leslie Caudill Turner saying, as of right now, 10:25 p.m. on Friday night, Travis is missing, and that's all we know. We love him, and that's his wife. We love him and need him here with us. The Appalachian Project said on a Facebook post, I have neither the words nor the wisdom to say much of anything regarding what transpired, but wanted to acknowledge the pain. Also, the Tazewell Bulldog Radio Network posted, there are multiple families who are devastated. There is a community rocked to its core. Well, what do you mean rocked because he's missing? Or, I mean, as of Saturday morning, Turner was still missing, and Virginia State Police are now continuing their investigation into his disappearance. All right, did you guys see that up there? We had a challenge by Lisa Valenzuela, so we still need 3 more channel memberships, and then she'll do 25. Yeah, let me just play it. Let me show you some of these. Like, these are things on Facebook. Now, officials remain tight-lipped about VSP investigation into Union High School football coach Travis L. Turner. This is on Scanner Food. Wise County school officials announced earlier that a member of school staff had been placed on administrative leave with pay. They refused to confirm the person was Turner or that the school was Union High. Virginia State Police confirmed they attempted to make contact with Turner for investigative purposes, but were unable to locate him. VSP acknowledged an active search effort in the Appalachian area Friday evening, but would not state who they were looking for. Family to Turner posted publicly on social media that he was missing as of 10:25 p.m. Friday night. Radio communications added to comments, and hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell, yet again. Thank you. Officers responding to an unrelated minor vehicle incident stumbled upon civilians in the woods searching for the subject Thursday night who they named as Turner. Thursday night. What do you mean? Radio traffic was indicative that members of law enforcement were also searching individuals, advised law enforcement per last contact with the subject that he advised by a text that he was inside some kind of reactor. What? Turner was in a reactor? There have been no confirmations from any government officials that this subject was Turner, or that further substantiated claims by members of the public are true. Update: Virginia State Police confirmed Saturday afternoon that large-scale search efforts in Appalachia area by state, local, and federal authorities for Travis Turner are underway. Agencies include the USFS, Canine, and Bloodhound teams, etc. Per flight tracking helicopters, efforts focused on the area of the water tank south of the reservoir. This location was referenced Friday by multiple persons on social media in substantiated claims about Turner. Huh, so where's that? The reservoir? What reservoir? Why don't they ever just give you something like, just say it. Well, I guess if they're looking at the reservoir, did he drive his vehicle into there? All right, we need 2 more, you guys. And let's try to have some other people, you know. That'd be great. Okay, so Saturday, Virginia State Police confirmed. Friday, State Police have confirmed with news an active search is happening in Appalachia. This is today. Union High School head football coach Travis Turner has officially been listed as a missing person in the Virginia State Police Missing Person Database. The database says Turner was last seen on Thursday, November 20th. The database also says Turner was last seen wearing a gray sweatshirt, gray sweatpants, and glasses. News 5 has searched out to the Virginia State Police to see if an active search is once again ongoing on Saturday and is awaiting to hear back. Where, KMTX? We're trying to get 2 more gifted memberships. All right, let's see. There's definitely a few generous freaks out there. Okay, I was going to try flight radar ourselves. Let's see. Flight radar. I have a prescription there. I mean a subscription. Let's see. All right. God, so many planes, it's hard to make it out. It's just weird when you see all those planes in the air. Man, it's just so hard to see. Maybe it's like... just like that. And then... I'm just trying to locate this. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Like, I don't see the... I mean, I think this is the line right there. That's one of them. So it seems like it's like right in this area. Ish. Or maybe it's even further. Okay. I think I'm getting close here. Okay. Alright. Almost there. I mean, I'm using Google Earth on the side, just trying to look at the geography there. I think I'm getting close. Okay, so it's like that. And then... okay, up there. Man, this is tough. Yeah, so it's higher up like that. Alright, I think we're getting there. I think we're almost there here. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, so this is the high school is right here. They don't have any way to type in up here like, hey, go here. It sucks. Any chance we can reach the goal tonight, you guys? We just need 2 more of those. And then we can, you know, it's like, what, Chris O'Connell's doing it again. It's like, come on, you guys. Jesus, we've been doing this for years, and it just feels like, you know, people are giving up. Okay, then the reservoir is over here to the right. I think what we could do is just kind of put it in this position here. Well, there you go. Thanks, Chris O'Connell. And also to Christopher and Wild Bill Wassman. Okay, so now we go back and we do playback from here, and then we select what was that, the 20, what day was 21st? Is that the day he went missing? 21st. And then UTC time, I guess we could just do like 12 a.m., but it's probably minus, I guess we'll just play it. Playback time, and then we can do like 40 times the speed. Alright, so here it goes. It's playing back. This is 7. Let's see. Maybe it needs to be quicker than that, like 100 times. Right, so now we're 30 minutes in. Well, I know. Well, you don't. It doesn't have to be. It's just really frustrating the way it is now in here. When you go watch these people putting out false information, it looks like a slot machine, and everybody's supporting them all happily. And then I'm doing a show where we're going over all this new, kind of interesting stuff, and it's hard to get multiple people. It's just, I'm just honest with you guys. It's very frustrating, and I can't pretend to be jovial and happy, when it's just sucks, So that's it. It's crazy. I mean, there's a guy, 11,000 people watching an absolute nut putting out bullshit information because it's entertaining. I try to make this entertaining, and it's still a struggle, Sucks. Sad, actually. We're just flying. We're doing a playback right now. I mean, why would it take that long to get 5 people to do a match? It's just disturbing. And right now on the show, we're still, let's see. We're still about like 12 channel memberships short of getting to the minimum low-end goal level. I'm using it. I did have the sounds going. They played it earlier. I'm still using the same thing. It's OBS Studio. I'm not using Streamlabs, nor am I using, I mean, a minute ago it played the music, right? Remember that when you put in that super chat? There's a plane. Okay, this is the daytime. Maybe we need to go to the 22nd. All right, here's the 22nd. So he probably wasn't reported missing. They do allow it. Thanks, Lisa Valenzuela. I'm just skipping it around, see if we can find something. Was it Saturday? What day did that guy say that he... Down here. He didn't. There was one there. I don't know. They didn't give us a time, so I don't know. It's hard to find it because if it flew for an hour and I'm zipping through here. So today's the 23rd, so it would have been, which is Sunday, so Saturday. I mean, it would have been, what about the 21st, wouldn't it? Fortunately, the guy didn't say. Here's another one. Hughes Clues. Hey, that sounds like something I should have done. Turner, the head football coach of Union High School since 2011, is currently the subject of a Virginia State Police investigation. Turner has been the only head coach for Union High School since the school's opening in 2011. Turner, 46, is contacted by authorities but was not arrested. Virginia State Police sent special agents to Turner's residence in Appalachia on the evening of November 20th as part of their early stages of their investigation, not to make an arrest. However, agents were informed that Turner was no longer at the location while they were in transit, and as of Saturday, November 22nd, he has not been located. The investigation remains ongoing. Wise County School Superintendent Mike Goforth issues the following statement. A staff member has been placed on administrative leave with pay while an external agency reviews an allegation that was reported to us. This is standard procedure and is not a determination of wrongdoing. The division cannot comment further. VSP begins searching for Turner. Jason Day with Virginia State Police said they have focused their search on the general location of Turner's house. We have had the drones up in the air looking, searching. We tried to get the state aviation, but they were unable to fly yesterday because of the weather. We had canine units, bloodhounds from local department, sheriff's office here, and Wise County police dogs into the woods, searching, the local area of last known place where Mr. Turner may have been or had been. Rumors are circulating that Turner was found deceased. He was not. Investigators are not releasing any information about the case. A few sources reached out and said that there are accusations from 2 minor females at Union High School regarding Turner. Now, if he didn't do it at all, would you take off and run? It makes him look guilty by doing that. Sources also stated that 2 minor females allegedly attempted to engage in inappropriate relations with Turner, and when he rejected their advances, they said they were going to ruin his life. Neither have been confirmed. But why would you run if the second one was true? I mean, I guess it's still embarrassing, and, are they going to believe? Who are they going to believe? And neither have been confirmed. Turner is not wanted as of right now. Law enforcement is treating this as a missing person case. until they can complete their investigation. The community is pretty torn up about what's happening. I just wanted to get on here for a second. This is his wife, to clear up something. As of right now, at 10:25 p.m. on Friday night, Travis is missing, and that's all we know. We love him and need him here with us. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with love and support. It means more than you know. Just keep praying that he comes home. And what do you mean? The sound does come with it. I mean, how come nobody's typing again? I mean, Chris O'Connell made the comment about you're welcome about 10 minutes ago. And then there's Lisa goes, And then nobody else is commenting. It's bizarre. Bizarro world, man. The sounds do come with the donations. Is anybody here? Yeah, what do you mean figure out what's going on? I've explained it. I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, he's a football coach. Yeah, and the football team's doing really good. And then there were some allegations of something, sexual from two female students, and he's disappeared. Now, if he was, innocent, why would I guess if you thought that they were going to ruin your life and it'd be really embarrassing, you might take off anyways. But I don't know. It just seems strange. I don't know when that helicopter was there. I'm just trying to play through this. It's going at 40 times the speed. I mean, that plane flew by. I didn't circle or anything. Guess we could put it on that one. I am what? I wonder if there's maybe there's scanner, I don't know. I don't know if there's scanner audio or what's going on. I have no idea. Hey, thanks, David. David M, 4041.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. I'm just playing it fast because apparently somewhere right around in here a helicopter was flying around. So I figured right now we're at 5, well, let's see, UTFC, it's 7, but it's actually, if it's 17, then Tennessee is probably like -5 or 5 or so. So it's really only 2 p.m. here on this. So we can just play this and maybe play it till like midnight and see what happens. It's playing 40 times the pace. Lots of planes flying by. Yeah, see how that's the same, like up here. Basically, if I put it like this, see that? So that's how I was able to, just using landmarks. Fortunately, it's kind of stupid on flight radar. It doesn't let you just select a little area, you know? You have to put in an airport or something. And the reservoir is like right over here. Right there. So we're waiting for something to show up. Wow, what's that? Does it matter if you're... What the hell? All of a sudden there's like a trillion planes flying around. Thought maybe that was it for a second, but it was a plane, and planes can't stop like that. Probably at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, maybe it was a while ago, Sandy. Nobody ever gave us a time. But at the same time, why would you run away? I mean, I guess maybe you could be embarrassed. I mean, what do you tell? I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And they go, ah, come on. Everybody looks at you differently forever. The only time anybody looks at you differently is if the girls came forward and said, yeah, we were the ones. He didn't do anything. And still they're, well, he must have said something. So, you know, it could be that's why he ran away. But I think it makes somebody look guilty if you're running away on a situation like this when you didn't... If you didn't do it, you would just say you didn't do it and work through it. And like, where's the proof, you know? Because if he didn't really do it, they would have no proof that he did anything. Except in his case, it's tough because there's two of them. So each one would corroborate the other person's story, even if they're lying. And so that makes it tough in his situation. I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. That's 5 hours. So that means right now it's about 5:30 in the evening on Friday, the 21st. So let's see what happens. I don't know. Maybe they're the only two. Yeah, and why would both of them? I mean, was it at the same time? I guess we'll have to wait and see. He's missing, though. I saw a plane there. I mean, what would make you think there'd have to be other girls? If, you know, maybe those are he's kind of young. So, who knows, you know? They are investigating it. Well, right now it's 7:45. Still haven't seen anything. Yeah, I know exactly what that's like. Yeah. I mean, on YouTube, people put out bullshit information like, "Oh, that gray guy, blah blah blah," and then it's like, you know, it's horrible. You can't. There's nothing you can do to combat it. They just do it. You know, they're disgusting people, but it's just the way it is. No way to fight it, other than lawsuits. I don't know. I think he's a pretty young guy. Okay, right now it's let's see, almost 8. I guess midnight is 8, right? Or no, wait, 1 in the morning would be 8. So right now it's 10:33, so 5:33. Can I go a little bit quicker? That's 100 times. Man, you still see things? Alright, right now it's going 100 times faster. Okay, now it's 11. Okay, and midnight on UTC, but it's -5, so now it's 7 o'clock. But I am going 100 times speed. Yeah, it's almost no way to. That's how shitty it is. And by the way, you can prove something, but people that don't like you don't even care. You know, like it doesn't matter what you prove. It's just like the conspiracy theorists. They don't care what you prove. It's just it's not true. It's whatever they say is it. Yeah, it's pretty young. Yeah. I guess he's been a coach there since it's opened as a school. I guess 5 in the morning would be midnight, right? Yeah, so all the way to 5 is still 5 a.m. on the 22nd is basically midnight on the 21st, or 12 a.m. on the 22nd. I'm just trying to see where it... I haven't seen anything searching for him at all at this point. Like, there's no helicopters, there's nothing. You know, we only have 13 gifted memberships tonight. That's about the lowest we've had in a long time. It's 11:30 at night on that. Still going 100 times the speed. Yeah, I have all of it. I have a subscription to this one, the Scanner Audio, a couple different sites for that one. Okay, now we're on the 22nd at 1 a.m. Alright, so that would be yesterday, Saturday. So let's see if, you know, I guess sometime in the evening maybe, or just even in the day, I guess, they could be searching the reservoir. So I guess we'll have to see when that is. It's going 100 times the speed here. Yeah, so every minute is like... Heck, I don't even... What? A few seconds. Not even... Well, less than that. Like, less than a second. It's almost two seconds. Every 2 minutes, 1 second is 2 minutes. Almost. You know, if it was 120, that's what it would be. Three in the morning. Could we go? Is there another speed here? There's 200. 200 times. $4:12 in the morning. And slow it back down again. You know, I can do this on my own. Whenever I see... This is exactly what I was talking about. When people are just barely chatting, people are bored stiff, and I just got to take off. Got to do something else. So, thank you to Aaron Sayers, ACB 1004, KMTX78, Joel Burnt 4830, Aaron Sayers gifted 1, then Chris O'Connell gifted 5. Then we had Aaron Sayers super chat, and then Aaron Sayers again super chat, then Chris O'Connell with the cat eye, then Richard Watts, then Chris O'Connell, and Wild Bill Wassman, and Chris O'Connell, and Wild Bill Wassman, Christopher Marshburn, and then we had Chris O'Connell again, and David. So like 6 people tonight decided to help support the channel, and some had to carry almost the whole load. We didn't make the goal or anything like that, but hey, at least we're still doing shows, right? So thanks everybody, we'll see you guys later, and as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, thug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you.